Welcome back to the channel, folks. This week I wanted to show you some highlights from the 50th annual meeting of the Golf Heritage Society, which just wrapped up. Festivities kicked off on Thursday with the GHS Championship at Arnold Palmer's Latrobe Country Club. It was a heritage golf event that featured Hickories, classics, and modern clubs. There's even a feathery gutty putting contest where we had to try to make some putts with the Denny Lane feathery golf ball and McIntyre gutties.
Oh, I hit that good too.
Arnie's tractor was put on display for us, which was really cool. We got our picture taken with that. And fine artist Steph Maraca did a beautiful oil painting of Arnie's tractor, which was auctioned at Saturday's banquet.
Thank you so much for having us. We're going to begin by playing the national anthem, followed by Arnold Palmer's alma mater. Thank you.
On behalf of the club here, I'd like to say welcome. It's truly our honor to have you here at Arnold Palmer's Latrobe Country Club. I think it's a cool synergy to have your group here. So welcome.
Then it was time to play some golf. I played in the Hickory Scramble division here, and Paul O'Neill was one of my partners. He was our fairway finder. Latrobe is a beautiful course, plays great with Hickory clubs. Here's my other partner, Jay Shoemaker from Englewood, Colorado. A great chip here, and he was our go-to for reading the greens. The front nine was designed in the 1920s, and the back nine was designed by Mr. Palmer and his father in the early 60s, but it really played like a golden age course in my opinion. I even managed to help the team out.
Getting there.
I'll be posting the full course vlog from this round in the near future. I'm looking forward to it because I got a lot of great footage, I think. Even got some good putts. So overall, I had a great time playing this course, and it was even more fun with the company I got to play it with. So then after the round, I headed into the clubhouse, took our hats off, of course. Got a chance to see Mr. Palmer's locker in the locker room, as well as the bench in front of his locker, which probably has some of his spike marks in it. Here's some of the hardware that's on display upstairs. And then after hors d'oeuvres and some cocktails, we had a real treat in listening to some stories about Mr. Palmer from some folks who knew him well. Moving on to Friday, there's a lot going on. This is what I was able to catch up with. It started with the annual meeting in the morning, followed by a golf art symposium, which I thought was really interesting and featured 3 artists talking about their work. And then in the afternoon, I checked out a fascinating workshop on early sand wedges hosted by Bobby Grace, where we saw some really rare wedges and learned about the history of the sand wedge.
That it was Edwin McLean from 1928. He was a member of Houston Country Club in Houston, Texas. And he actually is the one who put that flange on the bottom of the sand wedge.
Bob Georgiade was also there to teach us about bounce and explain some of the features on these rare wedges. And the day was capped off with the GHS Awards banquet, where the keynote speaker was Bob Ford, who was the pro at Oakmont and Seminole. And that brings us to Saturday, the big trade show. There were 90 tables full of Hickory golf clubs and other memorabilia. As a guy who gets excited when they find one Hickory club hiding in the corner of an antique shop, this trade show blew my mind. I saw clubs that I've never seen before, including this ultra-rare pre-1904 Tom Stewart. I'm not even sure what to call this iron because it's not in Ralph Livingston's Tom Stewart book. Jeff Ellis from Jeff Ellis Golf Auctions hadn't seen one before. Just a lot of really cool clubs here. Just in this rack alone. There's an early Mashie Niblick. It's actually a deep groove. It's one of these places where you just wish you could take a bunch of money. Here's another cool Mashie Niblick with the first US Open winner Horace Rawlins' name on it when he was at Equinox. Thought that was a pretty cool club rack made out of an old sewing machine base. Obviously plenty of books and knickknacks. Here's another great table. This one set up by Bryant Murphy of Cary, Illinois, who has a great antique booth in the Lake Geneva, Wisconsin antique mall that's full of Hickory clubs and memorabilia. I've bought some clubs from him before, and since he was set up right next to my table, I wandered over here several times and bought several clubs from him, and he gave me some good deals, so thank you for that, Bryant. And speaking of my table, here's my setup, and I was right next to the two gentlemen I helped co-found the Kansas City area Hickory golfers with. I also met Ben Ellis, golf course superintendent, who just wrote a book about being a superintendent, and I traded him a putter for one of his books, so I'm looking forward to reading that. Then the highlight of the trade show for me was this trio of super rare Tom Stewart irons owned by Brad Baird of Wilmette, Illinois. We'll start with this one, a 12 club set of RTJs. RTJ standing for Bobby Jones. This was a very short run production before Bobby Jones requested they be discontinued. So it's hard to find one of these clubs, much less 12 of them. That's incredible. Even more incredible is this 11 club set of FO RTJs. The FO, it stands for Francis Ouimet. These are even harder to find as individual clubs, much less the 11 that are in this set. And then if that's not enough, there's one more set of FO RTJs right here with this 8 club set. If you're an elite collector of Hickory golf clubs or golf memorabilia in general, you want these grails in your collection. And as far as I know, they went unsold. I have no idea what the price tag is, but it is high. So that'll wrap up the highlights from my experience at the 50th annual meeting of the Golf Heritage Society. Highly recommend you check out their events in the future, and especially I highly recommend you join the Golf Heritage Society as I have done. You're going to see some stuff that you just don't see anywhere else. That'll do it for this week. Be back next week with another course vlog. As always, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.